Today I'm going to be talking about drunk driving because it's one of the many things that isn't being taken very seriously, even though it's continuously going on around us. Recent studies taken by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration website show that roughly 28 people will die every day in the United States just from an alcohol-related crash alone, and many more are left injured, costing many people money, time, and sometimes their independence. Even though there are laws and penalties that are set up by the government to discourage and prevent drunk driving, people still choose to drink and drive anyway. This is because they aren't worried or afraid of what may become of their actions. The laws aren't strict enough, and punishments aren't severe enough to deter people from thinking before they drink and drive. According to www.dmv.org, and also by the law set forth by the government, in order to be condemned for drinking while under the influence of alcohol, you must have a blood alcohol content of 0.8%. And although it might not seem like a big number at first, but in reality it is. To prove a point, I brought up an article called The Effects of Specific BAC Levels, where it states the side effects of certain levels of alcohol in a human body, of about an average of, say, the average person of 5'7", 205 pounds. So the side effects showing at blood alcohol contents of 0.4% were minor impairment of reasoning, memory, and lowering of caution, and exaggerated behavior. It's scary once you think about it because this is only 0.4%. Imagine the side effects at 0.8%. That's kind of scary to me, at least. It doesn't matter what level of blood alcohol content a person has, any type of impairment that causes hindrance to proper brain function that can affect any decision while driving is dangerous no matter how you put it. It would seem logical to lower the BAC levels and make punishments more harsh because it gives people more reason to think before they drive. However, many people despise this idea for stricter DUI laws, and some even wish to abolish them completely. On an online site called CarBreatherHelp.com posted an article in June called Stricter Isn't Necessarily Better, in which it argues that DUI laws are overthought and are only there to be harsh. It also says that the laws are what causes drunk driving, because it quote-unquote causes shock to the human system, which leads to more alcohol-related fatalities, which in my opinion doesn't make any sense. But stories like Jackie Subarito's counter these arguments. Jackie Subarito is a young lady who in 1999 got in a car accident when she crashed head-on with a man who was drunk. Her car caught on fire, and she was stuck in the car for a total estimated of 10 minutes. Witnesses and first responders could hear her cries for help, but they couldn't help her because they couldn't get her out until the fire of the car died down. When they were finally able to get her out, she was almost dead. 60% of her body were covered in third-degree burns, which is the most severe burn you can have, and she had to go through 40 surgeries. This man's decision to drink while driving cost her not only her skin, but the lives of her two friends that were with her in the car, and her independence. It's actually really heartbreaking when I think about stories like hers and to think that there are more of them out there. You can find her story and many others on facesofdrunkdriving.com and on YouTube as well. It doesn't matter how you put it. All drunk driving accidents can be prevented 100%. And that is through the choices of the driver. The only thing that can help this issue are laws and punishments. And by increasing the severity of those, that can help to discourage drunk driving. A few weeks behind bars is nothing compared to the life of innocent people. So what if it seems unfair that I was only slightly drunk? But it wasn't fair to Jackie or any of the other victims, was it? No, it wasn't. But all we can do now is decide how safe we want our roads. And you got to ask yourself that question. How safe do you want your roads to be? Are you going to be the next Jackie Sabaruto?